Hello students, today in the first unit of business studies, we will learn about the nature of management. There are various thoughts about the nature of management, that whether management is an art or it is a science or it is a profession. Or there is one more concept that says that it is all of them. Means management is an art as well as science as well as a profession. So today we will learn about the basic features of art, science and profession, and then compare it with the management, whether it fits into that criteria or not. So first of all, we will start with the art. These three features are the feature of art, and we have to see first of all whether management fulfill these criteria or not. So in the art, the first point is existence of theoretical knowledge. Existence of theoretical knowledge here means there are books or literature available for any subject, then it may be considered an art. For example, there are books available for accountancy, English, Hindi, mathematics, science. In all branch of knowledges, there is a vast literature. If it is available for any branch of knowledge, then it may be considered as an art. So here we all know that management has also lots of literature. It can be learnt and taught to others. That's why in the criteria of art, the first point is fulfilled by management. Means management is an art because there are lots of literature available in the field of management, as well as there are many training institutes like BBA and MBA are emerging and existent. Therefore, it is an art. The second criteria of art is personalized application. It means when we learn something, we use it in real life differently. So, similar case is with the management. All students or all learner of management goes to the same institutes, learn the same skill set, but in their real life situation, in their own companies, they perform differently. So we can say management is an art according to this point, because there is a personalized application in the management. And the last point is practice and creativity. The more you practice, the more you creative, then you will be better performer. And this case is also similar with the management, because in the field of management, all those managers who are experienced, they are certainly performing better than the newcomers. So we can say that management also fulfill this criteria. So all three criteria of an art is fulfilled by management. Therefore we can say management is an art. Now come to the next point, that is science. These 3 points are the feature of science. If any branch of knowledge is fulfilling these criteria, it will be called a science. And the first point is cause and effect, or we can say it is systematized body of knowledge. All sciences are based on cause and effect. There is a systematic learning of all branches of science. So wherever this feature is available, we can say that it is a science. And management also, up to a limit, prove it that there are various decisions taken by managers which show cause and effect. Suppose there is a strike in a factory, then the manager will know the cause why the workers are going on strike, and if he takes decision to fulfill their demands and they break their strike, then we can say that management is also fulfilling this criteria. Like cause and effect also focus on certain principles like law of gravity. A person or a scientist observe it, that why the apple is falling downward and why everything is falling downward, and he derived that principle that this is the law of gravity, everything is going down when it can be in any movement, but why everything is going down, he observed it and derived that particular principle. And there are lots of principles in science or in every branch of knowledge, but our focus is that management also has certain principles. So somehow management is fulfilling this criteria, cause and effect. The second point is based on experiments. In every branch of knowledge there are lots of experiment happenings, and earlier also they are exercised by the scholars. And if experimentations or repetitions can be done, or we can say replication can be done, then only it will be called a science. Like in chemistry, if two chemicals are at a particular temperature heated and combined, their output will be same if we try it again in the similar conditions. So we can say, if we are able to replicate anything, that is science. Management does not fulfill this criteria. There is no possibility of replication, because every business organization has different business environment. The decision taken in one business may not be fruitful to the another business. They may be unrelated business, they may be a related business, then also the possibility of similar decision which was taken by someone else, we cannot implement those decisions in our organization. We may implement or we cannot. There may be a possibility that we can implement such decisions, but generally we take our decisions according to our situation. So we cannot replicate it. Therefore, this criteria is not fulfilled by management, and on the basis of this point we can say that management is not a science. Last point is universal validity. Universal validity means the principle of science are experimented over the whole world and they will give the same output. But the principle of management will give different output in different countries at different situations. So this criteria is also not fulfilled by the management. Now, out of three criterias, we fulfill only one particular point, that is systematized body of knowledge. So we can say management is an inexact science. Inexact science. It is not an exact science because it does not fulfill these two criteria. These are not fulfilled by the management. Now come to the next point, that is profession. The first point is systematized body of knowledge. This criteria is fulfilled by management. It can be learnt, it can be taught, there are lots of literature available in it, there are lots of training institutes available. So it is totally fulfilled by management. According to this point, we can say management is a profession. Now come to the second point, that is restricted entry. Restricted entry means when we are going to choose a profession, there is certain restriction, like we have to pass an examination conducted by that particular organization. For example, if we want to become a lawyer, then we have to pass the examination for LLB or bachelor's degree or master's degree. We have to take a certificate of practice from the Bar Council. Then only we will be able to practice in the profession of a lawyer. Similar with the case of CA, if we want to become CA or chartered accountant, we have to pass the examination conducted by the ICAI. We have to take the certificate of practice from that organization. Then only we can take CA as a profession. Each and every person cannot do it. So it is a restriction. In every profession there is a restricted entry, but in management there is no certain restrictions. There are two cases, like if you own a business, you can appoint anyone as your manager and no one is going to stop you. It means there is no restriction in the field of management. If we are choosing the profession of a manager, there is no restriction. But it may be possible if we are going to take a new job as a manager, the company will certainly ask about our qualification, which is at least MBA and 5 to 10 years experience in the similar industry. Then each and every person cannot join that particular job. So it depends on the situation. Nowadays it is compulsory for each and every manager to have certain professional qualification. So overall we can say that management is not fulfilling this criteria purely. It may be possible in case of joining a company, but it is not possible when we are owner of a company. We can appoint anyone as a manager. Next point is professional association. For each and every profession, there is a professional association. Like for lawyers, there is a bar council. For doctors, IMA. For CA, ICAI. And there are lots of organizations who are controlling their professionals. In management, there is a professional association that is known as AIM, A. All India Management Association. But it is not compulsory for every manager to become the member of this association. If we are not the members of AIMA, then AIMA cannot govern us. So we have our professional association, but the professional association members are voluntary, or it is not compulsory for each and every manager to join that particular organization or association. That's why, according to this point, management is not a profession. We can join AIMA and we can be governed by the AIMA. At that time, we will prove that management is a profession, but it is not compulsory for every manager to join it. Next point is code of conduct. In every profession, like doctor's profession, like lawyer's profession, like chartered accountant's profession, or any other profession, there is a particular code of conduct, means how to behave with their clients, what to tell them, what not to tell them, what are the ethics we have to follow, what are the standard operating procedures. Everything is written in the code of conduct. But code of conduct will be followed only when we are the members of our professional association. And we have already studied this point that it is not compulsory for becoming member of our professional association, that is AIMA. If we are not the members of AIMA, then there is no code of conduct. So according to this point, management is not a profession. Last point is service motive. We all know that every profession, main motive of every profession is to serve the society, and that is also with the business. But if we see particularly, the main objective of our business is earning profit. So this point is also not fulfilled by management. Overall, we can say that management is an art because it fulfills all the criteria of art. Management is an inexact science because it does not fulfill these two criteria. Management is not a pure profession because it fulfills only one criteria. So, thank you students.